Good afternoon and happy Mother's Day. Welcome into our broadcast this afternoon. Chicago Cubs, New York Mets. This should be a lot of fun. Welcome into Zippity Doo Doug, Slim Boy Jim, Debbie Bernfeld, Neil. Welcome in. Surf Bum John, good to see you. Spaceship Ears John, all the Johns are good to see you. Welcome into our Asian friend. Looks like, oh God, Chinese. Can somebody decipher his name for me? I'd love to be able to recognize him by name. Could you decipher the background there? I'd really appreciate it. Roger Shue, welcome in. We are at Cubs and Mets here. It's going to be good. I am really excited about this one. Two of the top teams out there in the National League right now. As we get ready to watch a little bit here. Baseball Zen from the MLB Network. I love that. I guess I get no commercials today with where I'm watching this game. That's fine by me. I can live without commercials. Kay Wilby, hello. You'll be in and out of the chat. Okay, enjoy your workday. I hope it goes by quick. Great to see you, Kay. It's Korean for Yumi. Yumi doesn't know that. Well, welcome in, Yumi. Thank you for coming today. 73 degrees in Flushing, 8-mile-an-hour winds, 40% humidity. It's a beautiful sun-drenched day out there.
Left across toward right, 73 degrees, lots of sunshine, and a happy Mother's Day to all. Let's take a look at the keys to the game presented by Nissan.
I love how the Mets do a thing where they bring kids out on the field and the players bring them a baseball. That's really cool. Really, really cool. I want to go out there. I want to go to New York. I want to go to see a Mets game. That's in next year's plans. Look at Francisco Lindor on a knee talking with the athlete, talking with the player. This is awesome. I am now going to support the Mets. I love it. I love that. All the players are out, kneeled down next to their athlete that's with them. That's awesome. I got goosebumps just watching this. PCA getting loose. Here's the Cubs lineup. PCA will lead it off in center. Tucker, Suzuki, Bush, Kelly, Horner, Swanson, Turner, and Bertie. That'll be your lineup for your Cubs today, starting off here in Flushing against the Mets. If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in. Swanson's been 345 average the last 16 games. That's pretty sick. Sick.
He's been a difference maker in the last 2 weeks for the Cubs offensively, too.
Griffin Canning has won each of his last.
Griffin Canning has been on fire for the Mets. 7 starts, 5-1 record, 2.50 ERA in 36 innings, 37 Ks, 15 walks. Opponent's only hitting 254 against him. He's won 5 straight starts for the Mets. How about that? You go out and get some pitching and you win ball games. The Orioles could learn from that. Here comes PCA. This kid's a fan favorite. Let's do it.
Blossoming into a star in Chicago.
PCA's in there and ready to go. I should have had my sound bites ready.
PCA 2 for 8 in this series. Griffin Canning set to go.
Griffin Canning already set to go. First pitch comes in at 12:06 p.m. and that's a ball right there.
One of the things I love seeing are the shoes, the bats, the catcher's gear. Look at that catcher's gear. That's beautiful.
Where is it?
Are you ready?
Fouled off, back behind the plate. Catcher over. He can't make the catch.
Play ball!
Umpire's already yelled it. We're at it.
Time to play the game!
Welcome into everybody. We are in Flushing, New York. It is the Mets.
Let's go, Mets!
Oliver Garrett, welcome in. Good to see you. Hey, Maddie, what's up? MSTR chat live. If you guys need any info in trying to learn about Bitcoin, that's your channel to go to. He knows his stuff. Everybody say hello to Matt and welcome him in. 1-1 count, PCA. Everybody's wearing pink today. It's Mother's Day. Celebrating the moms out there. I invited my mom to lunch. Told Nanette happy Mother's Day this morning. A lot of pink today throughout Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss. PCA goes down after it. Can't get to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Early afternoon baseball. Tonight, I'm doing basketball on the Deuce. Doing the Cavaliers game. I've got an interview over here at 6. I got 4 streams today between the 2 channels. Swing and a miss up top. Take a seat over there. That's an out. Put your behind on the pine and watch some of the game, son. Trying to figure out how you can participate when you're going to strike out all the time. That was a real pretty pitch.
Strike 3! You're out!
Canny's got a slider, 4-seam, changeup, knuckle curve, and a sinker. He's got a lot in his repertoire. Here comes Kyle Tucker, 276 on the year. First pitch, strike right there.
Tucker homer to the opening game of this series.
Tucker, 10 home runs, 32 driven in for the left-hander.
Top 10 of the league.
Canning looks and deals. Strike, inside corner. That was a ball. Called a strike. Start keeping track of how many times the umpires are wrong. There's one. Number 1. We'll do it like the count from Sesame Street today.
He made the opening day roster, but he has struggled. Peyton Lesneski went in that trade. He's hurt. Isak Paredes has been
no balls, 2 strikes. No, we'll have somebody else to do that. Fly ball, foul. Nobody wants to hear me singing, that's for sure. We're going to work to get up to 770 on the subscriber count today. We'll set our goal at 14 subs. MLB posted a clip of the Pope in the 2005 World. No, I did not. That's pretty cool. Ball down low, 1-2. He is from Chicago. He is a baseball fan. He did say that.
When I was a catcher trying to get the lead hitters out, and when they don't chase a lot, like Tucker does not chase.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Right-hander rocks and fires. Ball upstairs, 2-2.
And my guess, Juan Soto might be first at the end when it's all said and done. Good chance of that. And they're both hitting 2 in the lineup, both really good left-handed hitters.
Willing to take their walks.
Strike 3, swing and a miss right there, right through it. Good Lord.
Missed it by that much.
2 outs in the inning.
They feel like they have the upper hand.
That was a great pitch right there.
Hitters shouldn't even swing 3-2. Just go up and take, and you'll end up being on base at a really high clip.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How often 3-2 pitches are out of the strike zone and swung at. Here's Seiya Suzuki.
2 outs here in the inning.
Last night for the Cubs.
Swing and a miss by Suzuki.
6 going into last night and a couple of hits.
He's a White Sox fan, Matt. 100%. He's a White Sox fan. Somebody interviewed his brother the other day, and they said they went to games all the time. South Side fan. Or North Side fan. North Side fan. Yeah, I saw an interview with his brother on one of the channels, and he is 100% a White Sox fan, which means maybe they'll have some papal oversight and help their season turn around. We'll see. 0-2 pitch. Ball outside, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Bush would be next.
14 subs is our goal today. If you're new coming in, hit that subscribe. Help us out.
2 games ahead of the suddenly very hot St. Louis Cardinals have won 7 in a row.
1-2.
1-2 coming.
Outside, 2-2.
When the Cubs lost the opening game of the this series on Friday night. It was the first time they had lost 3 games.
We are on a drive to build up our army, keep the army alive in 25. I thought we were going to get a new emoji the other day, and then we dropped down a couple. That's going to happen with the gifted memberships. Strike is not called. Ball up top, 3-2. Full count on Suzuki.
They're able to drop their breaking ball at the top of the zone. I think it's really unfair to hitters because you're taught to lay off that ball up, and then it just drops in for a strike.
Even the Pope can't help the White Sox, Roger says. Went to a Cubbies game live last year. Man, it was spectacular. Spectacular. Walking in over there, God, it's a party. Just an iconic place. So many Hall of Famers have played there. It is unbelievable. 3-2.
Wind up. Swung on and missed.
Swung on and missed. Take a seat over there. Let me get my timeout thing set here so that I don't get dinged. I don't want to get dinged by there we go. I can do it like that. That'll lock it in for the day. That way we'll be set. All right. That was a nice pitch and a big
Wind up. Swung on and missed.
Go to the bottom of the first. We're looking at Lindor, Soto, Alfonso, Vientes, Nimmo, Marte. We got Torrens, Acuna, and Taylor. That's your lineup coming today for the Mets. The lineup for the Mets. I'm going to finish this game today. I'm going to go over. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 streams to load up for this week and get that done. And then I got to finish. The storyboard for the interview for Tuesday night, and then I'm right back into interviews at 6. If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. Hit that subscribe for us today. Hit the like. We're only at 15 likes. We got 34 people in here. We can double the likes in a second, in the blink of an eye. Been to Wrigley many times. It's amazing. I recommend seeing the bleachers. Got to go. Thanks, man. Happy Mother's Day. Good to see you, Matt. Thanks for coming in. I went up and did the tour, and I saw the view from the bleachers. Very cool. I'm a down behind the plate guy. I always have been. I love sitting in that view. Just always been the view of choice. The view of choice, for me at least. Neil, you out of here too? Have a great day, Neil. It is Mom's Day, so moms are getting some celebration. Got to sit here and watch baseball zen. Come on, here we go. Here comes Lindor. Let's get this bottom of the first set up.
Francisco Lindor leading off at the bottom of the first.
Oh, it's over on Roku. That's why I'm getting that mess. Lindor, Soto, Alfonso ready. First pitch, that's a strike. Coming in from Boyd. We're off and running in the bottom of 1. It's for the laughs. Okay. I'm there for the view. I'll have the laughs afterwards. I love the view. I love a baseball stadium. I can sit and take in all the nuances of it. 296 Lindor's hitting. 0-1 coming in. He's got a bunt, and he pulls out. Nope, that's a strike. 0-2. Anybody in here brand new, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in. We do over 110 baseball games a year on this channel. 0-2 pitch coming in. Lindor fouls it straight back. Count remains. Off to MK with Alyssa. Awesome. Well, you have a good day over there. Buy a cheeseburger, spring roll, and enjoy it for me. Let me know how it is later tonight. Ball inside, 1-2. I'll take any seat as long as it's not in the blazing sun. Well, that's always a challenge in itself, yeah. Soto on deck. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We're going to have a good one today.
Strike three. Sit down over there, son.
Lindor, Soto, Alfonso, Vientos, Nimmo, Marte, Torrens, Acuna, Taylor. Nimmo's been on fire against left-handed pitching this year. We are 3 subscribers from 760. 3 away from 60. Left-hander Soto steps up to the plate. He's ready to go. Lefty on lefty. Swing and a miss. 94 miles an hour. Neil will be over there chasing Disney characters. Neil can be walking down Main Street. He sees a character. He'll swing and a miss by Soto again. He'll just drop his food and go running after the character to give him a hug. Neil is a hugging machine. I saw him hugging Goofy one time over there. He was chasing Tweedledee and Tweedledum, running around in circles, trying to hug them. He's just a hugging machine. And don't let him get anywhere near the Beast. My God, he jumped on the Beast back one day and was telling him, "I love you, Beast. I love you. Go Mets. Go Mets." He made the Beast high five him on Go Mets. It was crazy. Got to keep an eye out there. Matthew Boyd in 7 starts, a 3-2 record, 2.75 ERA. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the inning. Going to kick and deal. Strike 3. Take a swing and a miss over there. Soto, you are gone. Don't be mad about it, Soto.
There's no crying in baseball!
2 outs here in the inning. That ball was so far outside. I don't know what he was seeing right there. He was just committed to it, and that was it. 2 outs here in the inning. Alonso. First pitch, strike right there at 95. Both pitchers throwing 95 to 98, spitting seeds at you. It's going to be a good pitch day here. I like it. Strike 2, swing and a miss. Man, you throw the slider and you bury it low and outside right now. Alonso swings and misses at it weekly right now. Boyd, it's coming. Slider, low, outside corner, strike 3 on Alonso. I'm calling it. Plymouth Rock, hello. The Rock is in the house. I still need that soundbite. I need the soundbite if you smell what the Rock is cooking. There it is, strike 3, Alonso. Right there. I called it.
Strike three. Sit down over there, son.
1, 2, 3 strikeouts in the inning. That'll end the side. We're going to the top of 2. I'm telling you, you got 2 solid pitchers today. This is going to be an interesting game. Gonna be an interesting game. Appreciate everybody being in here today. 3 subscribers from 60. Want to get up over that 6-0 mark. We need your help. If you're out there watching and you love baseball, this is your place to be. This is your place to be. Bump, bump, bump. Fun day here on this beautiful Sunday. Cubs and the Mets, 2 really. How long has it been since someone has said this? Cubs and the Mets, 2 really good teams in the National League. 2 of them together. Strong. Strong, strong, strong. We get the baseballs in because the game's over on Roku. Roku owns the rights, so I'm not getting commercials. I'm getting baseball zen in between every inning here. Baseball zen. That's okay. Baseball zen is a good thing. You did not like turning 60. I want to get to 770 today. I got my goal set on 13 subs today to get up to 770. That would be a winning combination going into later tonight to have 770 on the channel. Working toward that 27,000 plateau. Heading toward our goal of 30K. I want to see that 2 change to a 3. That'll be something special. All right, just about done here. Here we go, top of 2 coming back into New York.
10 years managing the Yankees, including a World Series title, but his Illinois roots run deep. From Peoria, went to Northwestern, started his career with the Cubs, had a second stint with the Cubs.
Third grade, I wrote an essay that I wanted to play for the Chicago Cubs.
All right, first pitch coming in to the lefty, Bush. Summer Tina's laughing. 268 on the year, 7 home runs, 24 driven in. Canning kicks and deals. Strike, 1-1.
Favorite 2 players were Ron Santo and Jose Cardinal. Wow. Jose Cardinal was coach of the Yankees team when I was a player, so I got to know him. Ron Santo lived close to my wife, Kim, and I, and we would always go out to dinner with Vicky and his wife, and just really special memories for me.
Michael Bush leads off.
Bush fouls it off, 0-2. Stadium filling in very nicely there in New York today. Love seeing full stadiums.
Canning pitching on his 29th birthday.
Right-hander rocks and fires. Inside for a ball. Deshaun Hodge, hello. He says, hey, all, thanks for having me. Is Birdie playing today? Yes, he is. Welcome in. Hit that subscribe today if you haven't already, Deshaun. Welcome to the family. Birdie's batting 9th for the Mets today. Fly ball popped up. Left field. Short left field. In the sun. Woo! Barely makes the catch, but he will. Falls down, making the catch. Holy cow. 1 away.
Hey, is that Jeff Brantley? It is. You hit one off the Cowboy?
Yeah, and a funny story about my daughter Nina's a basketball player, and she was recruited by Mississippi State, and we went to Mississippi State, went into the restaurant, and there was a Jeff Brantley jersey hanging up.
I want to know how many times.
Canning at the top of the mound, kicks and deals. Ball up top. Kelly, your hitter, hitting .333 on the year.
I don't see him very much, so I don't think too much. But it was special for me.
Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Glad you're here. We broadcast 110 plus games a year. Plenty of baseball on the channel. Strike right there. Also, this week is the unveiling of the NFL schedule, and I will be loading up. I will be ready for this. I will be loading up over 75 games of football through the next week. 75 plus NFL games going up this week. Thumbnails for the start of the season through the end. That won't be the total amount. We'll end up with 90 plus NFL games on this channel as well. Going to be loading up some thumbnails. 1-2. Ball down low, 2-2. If you got a friend that loves MLB, Disney, or the NFL, tell them about us. Reach out, text them, say, go check out this guy's channel. He's on his way to 27,000 followers. Ground ball hit hard to third, but foul. Nice play by the ball boy down there.
So, I mean, they have been very productive, and that's why you see this lineup producing at all levels, wherever they are. They have home run power throughout the lineup, and it's been the reason they lead.
Right-hander Canning up on the hill, looks in, 27 pitches deep. Jeff Condon, good morning, good sir. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Take a seat over there.
Wind up. Swung on and missed.
2 outs here in the inning.
You got to worry about that slider.
He went up the zone. He chased it.
It's anywhere between 86 and 90. So you're protecting down, and then you have to protect up, and you usually can't do both.
2 out and nobody on. Here's Nico Horner.
Yeah, the camera is messing up right now, isn't it? Interesting. I wonder why that is.
And I was looking at the metrics on it. He is getting 3.5.
You know what? The power went out right before I started. I wonder if that's why.
Well, that's what all those cameras, they have those slow motion.
Oh, I don't know which one it is either.
So they can look at everything when they do their bullpens and when they're playing catch. And he has developed a slider that is better than most, is what it is.
Let me see if I can figure it out here.
So even hitters that try to sit on it, they're not doing much damage.
Last year, he used it only 24% of the time, and the Mets encouraged him to throw his slider more because they felt that was his best pitch.
Interesting. Yeah, because his four-seamer was getting...
There we go.
And what is...
Thank you, Debbie.
Start using the slider?
How about that? I was able to fix it myself without bringing a producer in here. Yeah, my power went out right before the game started. Literally like 5 minutes before the game started, the whole house went out. Popped up, Horner in the infield. First baseman in, Alonso makes the catch, basket catch. That'll end the inning.
6 up and 6 down for Griffin County. They score in the second.
Bottom of the second coming in. That's exactly what happens. Let me test something again real quick. From turn it off for just a second. I'll go test something else, make sure it's working.
For a fresh approach to dog food. Every day.
If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in.
Quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog. Made by vets and delivered right to your door. Precisely portioned for your dog's needs. It's an idea whose time has come. With new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorite smoke.
All right.
Your new DQ Summer Blizzard menu.
Dairy Queen Blizzard. That looks pretty good.
Try the new DQ.
MLB's got all kind of commercials going crazy today. I'm looking at my background right now. It's going nuts.
With low prices store-wide. Eat well for less.
Whole Foods. Big average. Oh, here we go. Baseball's in again. Baseball's in. 12 subs to our goal. We keep moving it along a little bit each time. I love it. 12 to our goal. That's a great idea. I wish I could use that Baseball Zen. I'd love to show it on my channel, but I don't own the rights to it. MLB does, and I don't need to put their content up there and then they have a fit, you know. Baseball Zen is a great idea. You just put that, you could record it and put it on your TV and just sit there and have it in the background when you're working or something. Grabbing a donut. Grab some for everybody. Mets got Vientos, Nemo, and Marte coming up here in the inning.
Let's check the arsenal on Matthew Boyd. Statcast powered by Google Cloud.
Well, that
Boyd, a pitcher for the Cubs, throws a four-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, and sinker.
To Francisco Lindor, he's got really good stuff, and he mixes very well.
All right, first pitch coming in to Vientos. Popped up, center field. Now floating in toward right center. Short right center, right behind second base. He'll make the catch. Second baseman pulls it in. That's an out, one away. Here comes Nemo. Ryan Rowe, hello, welcome in.
He threw from 120 feet of flat ground. The next step.
Brandon Nemo hitting .215 on the year, 7 home runs, 23 RBIs.
Expectation is for him to throw batting practice.
You're excited for the Cavaliers game tonight. They need to win badly.
Injury. He was placed on the IL on the 5th, and Craig said it'll be about 2 weeks before they really have a timeline for him.
Left-hander from the set, kicks and deals. Boyd. Strike right there, first pitch.
Expectation could be for him to return.
Well, Imanaga's absence opened up the opportunity for Cade Horton to make his big league debut last night.
Curveball just a bit inside, 1-1.
Went well. Yeah, except for the one pitch to Beatty. I mean, he threw the ball exceptionally well. We saw a fastball up to 97. I remember seeing him in Oklahoma pitch in a game.
Ground ball ripped over to first. Foul.
Just foul. He just come off Tommy John, and he's pitching for Oklahoma in the College World Series. And
It's Finding Nemo. Yes, it is.
Especially that day. Saying this guy could be in a bullpen right now in the big league. Here he is, a couple years later. This ball just foul. Talk about Nemo has hit extremely well to get
Not foul by much.
290 with a 916 OPS. 3 of his 7 homers coming off of lefties.
For a men's team that has dominated at home and tread water on the road, Nemo's been the opposite. Also,
Ball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, and Francisco Lindor has been great at home. So I guess if you're going to be good, you want to be great wherever you're at.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. There's another one. Good Lord.
Windup. Swung on and missed.
Strike 3. Sit down over there, son.
Balls that have been put in play have been in the air. They've been a little tricky with the sun. So might be your best way to get hit is to hit a pop-up somewhere.
2 outs here in the inning. Sterling Marte up there, hitting 188 as the DH today. Takes a strike at 93.
Watching Boyd's delivery, you can understand why it might be hard to pick up that fastball.
Ground ball foul, 0-2.
And then he works the ball really well inside to right-handed hitters. So it's got that crossfire to it. And then he works that change off of that on the other side of the plate, away from the right-handed hitter. And you got to worry about the slider that they'll back foot you, the curveball that they'll backdoor you.
Hit him on the foot. Take your base.
It's the 6th time he's been hit in part-time play, and he becomes the first base runner in this game.
Adam 0-2, let him get away. Jeff Rapp, hello, buddy. Good to see you. Been a while. Good to see you.
It's going to hit. I mean, that's a really good pitch, and a lot of times hitters will swing over the top of that. But he did not.
That's pretty awesome, John.
It's a literal back foot. Yeah. Right? Well, he didn't miss the spot.
Luis Torrens, the catcher, coming up, hitting 239.
Starling Marte, who has more stolen bases than any active player. Matthew Boyd on the mound. It's an outstanding move to first base. Is Luis Torrens doing the
ball outside, 1-0.
Appearance in the series. Torrens did most of the catching when Francisco Alvarez missed a month with a broken hamate bone, and he did a terrific job throwing out runners, but a surprisingly good job.
Dave's Disney Dreams. Hello, Dave. Welcome in. Throw to first. Runner's back.
I tell you what, I think to win divisions in this day and age, a lot of times, you need surprises. You know, and you look at Griffin Canning, what he's been for the Mets. And you look at Torrens, what he's been for the Mets. Maybe the start.
Make sure y'all are hitting that like up today. Strike right there, 1-1.
But I think the biggest surprise for the Mets has been their pitching with the injuries that they had. And the bullpen has been fantastic without a lot of big names.
Popped up, down the first base line, but foul.
I think the Mets expected that their bullpen was going to be solid. I don't think they expected their starting rotation was going to be this good, especially with Sean Manaea on the sideline. Manaea took over staff ace last year when Kodai Senga was out all year, and the Mets had no idea when Senga was going to be coming back after missing basically an entire season. But he's been splendid so far. Reds trying to go the other way and fouls off that slider, and it's 1-2.
1-2 here.
And then you look at guys like Tom McGill and David Peterson, guys who've been around.
Acuna on deck.
Are just starting to become their best selves.
Hoping to get a spot.
I remember Tom McGill, he was a few years ago when I was managing the Phillies, his first start, he was throwing like 98, 99. I was like, oh my goodness.
Ball inside, just misses.
He got a brother that does the same thing, but he does it at the back end for Milwaukee.
brother helped him out this winter, taught him to grip on his curveball, which has become a new weapon for Tyler. 2-2 to Torrens.
Throw to first, back in.
Look at the year when they painted the perpendicular line from the corner of the rubber in spring training that you had to step on the correct side of to avoid a walk.
I think it should still be there.
I think Matthew Boyd might be right on the precipice.
Curveball, fly ball, left field. Got a lot of it. Back to the track. At the wall. Crashes into the wall. Can't make the catch. Ball's going to roll down to the ground. Here comes the run coming home. It's going to be a 1-0 game on a triple. On a triple by the catcher. Wow. Armstrong crashed into the wall. I thought he had it. Just high enough he couldn't get to it.
But he just missed it. It looked like he was on just the left side of his glove.
Wow.
I don't know if there's any better hit for a catcher than a triple. I really don't.
O'Connell, welcome in. 12 subscribers from our goal. If you're new, hit it up today. Ninja or not, we want you to come back. First pitch coming into Acuna is a strike. Acuna hitting 281.
Offensively, defensively.
0-1 pitch coming in.
Adjustments at the plate, but this kid seems like he has a real good idea of what he's trying to do on the field.
Fouls that off. 0-2.
He was in a timeshare at second base when the year began with Brett Beatty, with Jeff McNeil on the sidelines with an oblique injury. And when McNeil came back, it was Acuna who stayed, the rookie, and Beatty who got sent down.
Ball outside, 1-2.
National League Rookie of the Month honors in April.
Yeah, amongst a lot of the top 10 in stats for National League rookies average. He's been really, really good. And he gives him a dimension. He likes to run. I mean, he's 10 for 11 in stolen bases. It's a great dimension to have.
Swinging a foul again, 1-2. He's up there battling.
Has a tendency sometimes to have a big swing, but with 2 strikes, often able to cut it down. And I think that's really a team-wide phenomenon with these Mets in an era where other teams don't really.
Fly ball, right center field. PCA is playing him there. That'll be an out. First run in, we're going to the third inning. Going to the third. Where do I want to go? I want to go right there. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom. Give us a call.
Jean-Claire Wise Travel is an upscale travel design and consulting firm specializing in curating ultra-luxurious travel destinations designed specially for business professionals. Focusing to deliver the once-in-a-lifetime experience that will create lasting memories, encompassing adventures in Europe or the Americas, luxurious river cruises, relaxing beach getaways, or detailed trips to Disney locations worldwide. Jean-Claire Wise Travel personalizes the experience. What rich and exciting moments do you want to create for yourself this year? Well, start writing your story with a Jean-Claire Wise Travel today. All right, coming back in. Getting ready for the top of 3. 1-0 Mets here. Cubs looking to get some sticks going here in the inning. Swanson, Turner, and Bertie coming up. Swanson, Turner, and Bertie.
This year, Clay Holmes moving from some closing to starting. Griffin Canning, the lowest price of all those options, finishing today. This is and sharp. Watch out the bargain aisle. You're looking for low risk, high reward. And in all those cases, the Mets have gotten the reward.
Exactly. I mean, I look at this year, and you look at Canning and Holmes. Between the two of them, they are 10-2, and not including what the decision will be today in 15 starts. Both of them under 3.
Ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Man, Clay Holmes the whole way through because he's been in the bullpen for so long, and the innings could become an issue. But so far, he has been brilliant with the 2.74 ERA in his 8 starts.
Dansby Swanson leading off the third for the Cubs. He's been hot.
Ground ball up the middle, off the pitcher's glove. Lindor can't get to him. He beats it out. It's going to be an infield hit. Went off the pitcher's glove.
We're so used to reading the baseball and getting the hop they want. But when it's tipped by Canning, it changes the direction of Francisco Lindor a little bit. And he's able to not come up with the hop that he wants, and he double clutches it, and that's why Swanson is safe. But you have 2.
Nobody out, runner on first. Here comes Turner.
Each one has a couple Gold Gloves to their credit.
Ball upstairs, 1-0.
You're talking about guys between the two of them are only making $18 million for starters. In this day and age, I mean, their starters making $30, $35 million. What the numbers they're putting up is the reason the Mets are 25-15.
Justin Turner DHing today with Ian Happ out of the lineup for the Cubs.
Ball down low, 2-0.
Well, Gary, Justin Turner spent parts of 4 seasons with the Mets. Never made a huge impact as a player, but he did make a big impact in the life of a young boy named Luke. On the left is a photo from 2014, and Turner had originally met Luke during batting practice when he was with the Mets. Luke was battling cancer at the time, and they just hit it off. They stayed in
Ball upstairs, swept down to first. He's back.
was from Luke on Thursday. He pitched in his final game of his high school career at St. Dominic. He's committed to play baseball next year at Iona, and him and his wife Courtney were able to catch that final game. But it was a relationship that started during batting practice when Luke was battling cancer. Justin Turner went up and said hi. They built a relationship, and it's one that's carried on throughout the years. Happy to report that Luke is healthy now and looks up to Justin Turner big time, as you can imagine.
What a great story. I mean, players can make such an impact in people's lives. And that's what Justin Turner did for that young man. And it was great that he got to see him as the Cubs are in town. And, you know, they've always talked about Justin Turner being a connector. He connects clubhouses. He connects.
Throw over to first, and he's back.
Like he has done with this young man. And that's why he's so important to this Cub team.
And he was that with the Mets. Did not become an elite player until they left the Mets and joined the Dodgers, where he became a superstar. And he takes that fastball outside for ball 4, and so the Cubs up first 2-man off.
Ball 4.
So Canning.
2 out, no, 2 on, and nobody out here for the Cubs.
I know it's early in the game, but I could see Bertie possibly trying to bunt for a hit here, and it turns into a sacrifice. That's okay. He's got elite speed as well. Try to get on the board. Canning has been pretty stingy. Not only a 2.5 ERA coming into the day. Vientos has to be ready.
John Bertie playing third base.
John Bertie, the third baseman, up at bat. 2 out, 2 on, nobody out. Bertie swing and fouls it off.
Gave the job to Matt Shaw coming out of spring training. That didn't work out. They're still trying to figure it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, Matt Shaw hit 172 in the games that he was up, and in 68 plate appearances, he struck out 18 times, and that's a really high level. But it happens to so many young players. You don't realize the adjustment you have to make until you actually come up here and fail. And he had the late kick. the leg kick is something that's hard to manage. It was something that PCA had a little bit early in his career. He's really toned it down because getting your foot down early and recognizing pitches is so important. And a lot of times that leg kick, it's hard to manage getting the foot down at the right time.
And still looking for the bunt and on the grass against Birdie. And saw plenty of Birdie when he was a Miami Marlin, and he was a pest.
I agree. That's exactly the word I would use.
Birdie 0-1.
Play all over the diamond.
Strike 0-2.
Baseball and stolen bases 1 year.
Counting ahead of 0-2, he's already struck out 4.
Ball, another whip down to first. Oh, they had him picked off, and Alonso dropped it.
Well, the Cubs an aggressive baseball team. It's like Turner might have jammed his finger a little bit, picking on the old guy.
Oh my God, they had him picked off,
Baseball team,
and he dropped it.
Good and throwing base runners out and pick. Alvarez had one last night. He got Michael Busch last night, and don't straight.
2 strikes, 2 on.
Catcher has been the best in baseball at throwing out potential base steals.
Grounded foul again. 1-2 remains.
I think you got to give the Mets pitchers a lot of credit too, because they've sped up as well. And now there was a point last year where people were running at will, and now that is not the case, and it changes the complexion of the Cubs offense a little bit.
Really started to change last year once the Mets got Luis Torrens.
Fly ball right field. Soto's got it. Runner's going to hold. 1 out in the inning. Michael Ullman, hello. Welcome in. I don't care about that, Michael. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, fans of Green Bay Packers.
Memo battled the sun, but it didn't look like it was tough on Soto and right. Made a perfect throw.
1 out here in the inning.
Yeah, you're seeing.
Yep, not breaking any rules by that, Michael.
Helpless feeling.
It's very unusual.
I'm talking over those guys, so.
The sun field is only because we have the early start.
Debbie, if that's a correction, please make sure you let Jeanette know so she can fix the document. Ball inside.
So it looks like in this first hour or so, it's anyone who's facing that first base line that's going to give them a problem.
Well, I apologize that it's annoying to you, sir. I could turn it down a little bit for you, sir, if you like. Hopefully that's more enjoyable to you. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 on, 1 away. That sun is bright there today in New York.
He's at the start of his future. Yeah. First of 15 years in Flushing.
Right-hander up on the hill, looks in. 1 out here in the inning.
Got off to a pretty good start.
Strike, 2-1. PCA, the leadoff hitter for the Cubs, 0 for 1 today.
Like he tries to become a little bit more selective. Maybe more like a 2-strike approach, spread out a little bit more.
Fouled straight back, 2-2.
Yeah, and we look at PCA, some of the changes that when he first got there, he was straight up with a late.
Absolutely, Michael. We always try to listen to everybody and support as much as we can.
And letting the ball get to him, and it's made a huge difference.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good Lord, he swung at a ball inside.
You got to make sure you don't get the Ben Gay on your boy parts because it really burns.
Wind up. Swung on a miss.
Man, that was something right there. 2 outs here in the inning on the strikeout. Kyle Tucker coming up. 0 for 1 today. He struck out also.
Tucker, who doesn't chase a whole lot. He did last time on a 3-2 changeup, but has also been very good in these situations and has always been good in these situations.
Cubs got the first 2 men on in the inning.
Ground ball tapped over to the first baseman. Canning gets over to cover. That'll end the inning. He pitches out a 2 on and nobody out. Going here to the bottom of 3. Bottom of 3. Taylor, Lindor, Soto due up. Taylor, Lindor, and Soto due up. Oh. Usually they go to a commercial. They're not doing it right now.
Doing what they do best.
All right, we will share some of the love here, as we always do. Dun, 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 dun.
Come check out the Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug YouTube channel. Start your week right with Coffee Talk. Doug and Scallywag Steve for Disney news and what Disney YouTube creators are live for the day. Need a midweek pick-me-up? Hump Day Hangout is your go-to for hilarious banter, games, and the perfect escape from the workweek blues. And join Monorail Molly, Kelsey Elizabeth, and Doug for Shade Room Runway for the latest styles, fierce looks, and a runway show you won't want to miss. Whether you're looking for a laugh, a dose of inspiration, or just a good time, come check out the coolest YouTube channel out there, Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug.
This is Mama Mouse
and Kelly
from Myers and the Mouse YouTube channel.
When we can't be in the parks, we listen to Magic of the Mouse Radio. When you can't be at Disney, you should come visit us on YouTube for Disney fun, Disney live streams,
and Disney shopping and DIY crafts.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
And Mondays at 12:30 Eastern Time. Keep Myers and the Mouse in your house. Have a magical day.
All right, coming back in here, bottom of 3. See how this one can go for the Mets. We got a good game going here this afternoon.
Gorgeous Mother's Day afternoon in New York. It's the Cubs and the Mets here on the Roku channel. Joe and I are very proud to be inaugurating the 2nd season of MLB Sunday Leadoff on the Roku channel.
How are we so lucky to get such a nice day?
All right, left-hander on the hill. Kicks and deals first pitch. Fouled straight back.
They do everything for us.
And I'd like to wish my wife
Tyrone Taylor hitting .248, 1 home run, 6 driven in.
Definitely the backbone of our family. It's kept it all together with all these years of traveling.
Popped up, straight up in the infield. High sky. All the infielders converging. First baseman will make the play. Bush. 1 out in the inning.
The best view where the sun doesn't get in the way, too.
We are 14 subscribers from our goal, trying to get up to 770. 14 away to the number.
See, he switched up. Yeah. Second to that, little Marvin Gaye and Tommy Terrell.
I believe they are, yeah.
You know, it makes me think.
I believe they are.
The band Queen. They did the song, you know, where they stamped their feet and clapped. They wanted to get their
1-0 pitch coming to Lindor.
Up with their song. I feel like
strike. 1-1.
Everyone's singing the song that he plays. That doesn't happen with everyone's walk up.
No. So he decided not to go with We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
Instead, he goes with Marvin and Tammy, who had no intention of being walk-up music.
Curveball in there for a strike, 1-2. Popped up foul.
His 5th year with the Mets already, and he's yet to make an all-star team.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Or win a Gold Glove.
That too.
Since joining the Mets.
He's had some pretty good years. Second in MVP voting last year.
I think he might be an all-star this year. Gets one of the
line drive down the left field line. Going to be tough play.
Swanson going out to help.
Foul. It cuts foul. If that had landed fair, that would have been trouble.
And a lot of times, most switch hitters are naturally great. and they're usually better in the beginning of their career right-handed than they are lefty. He is still a little bit better right-handed, and you don't get near as many at bats. It was 287 to 270 is what it is, and about the same OPS, but it's amazing he's been able to remain so productive on both sides.
Last year, when Francisco got off to a poor start, he really didn't hit much the first two.
Well, it all depends on where it is, Michael. You can't answer that question because location of the ball in the infield is going to dictate what position or what player any type of ball in the air. Ball down low, 2-2. Position of the ball, location on the location of the field is going to dictate what player is the best one to do that.
Rodriguez from Arizona. That's amazing.
That's 10 games, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lindor. Line drive, base hit left field. He smoked that.
So on the 7th pitch of the at-bat, Lindor with a 1-out single. I just think there isn't that much.
Here comes Soto.
No, there isn't. Seems like everyone's always trying to make left-handed relievers. There are a lot of left-handed relievers that throw hard now, and that's something that we never saw, 20 years ago.
So here's Soto with a runner aboard.
Throw to first. Almost got him.
Gary, where's your line? We got to get that line out there.
I'm trying to remember the last time I saw an umpire call a step bar.
It's a really good question.
Remember 1987 when they called them every time?
Soto fouls that off on the ground.
We actually had an umpire that was called Balkin Bob, right?
Bob Davidson. Yeah, he carried it over beyond 1987. Matthew Boyd last year at this time was coaching T-ball. He was coming off Tommy John surgery, didn't have a job.
Fouls it off 0-2.
T-ball for his 5-year-old and softball for his 7-year-old. And it wasn't until June of last year that the Guardians signed him. And he was an enormous piece for Cleveland going down the stretch with their banged-up rotation. Made 8 starts late in the season and wound up pitching the second game of the postseason for Cleveland.
Ball down low, 1-2.
Most stressful times of my life coaching my young son, especially when it was coach pitch, trying to hit their happy spot on the kids where they swung the bat. Oh my gosh, that's stressful. It didn't take it long to realize I don't want to be a coach. Let me go back and pitch. Much less stressful.
Ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see he's very quick to home and he has that good move. And if you're the Mets, you got to worry about it with the runner on first, but he will also back pick with runners on first and second. So you need to be careful if you're that trail runner on first base.
That stole 5 games in the first 2 games of this series.
Throw to first, runner's back.
Legal or not, it's almost, I don't know how you can break now. He's thrown over twice with Lindor over there. Does that give Francisco a little bit more of an edge?
It does, but he's so quick to home when he wants to be. I think you're still running into a
Ground ball ripped to first. 1 out at second. Back to first. Double play. 3-6-3. That'll end the third. We're heading to the top of the 4th. Still 1-0 game over here. 1-0 game. Bottom of the inning. We're going to go, I believe, to the middle of the lineup for the Cubs coming up. Suzuki, Bush, and Kelly. Suzuki, Bush, and Kelly coming up. All my kids are working today. That'll keep them busy all day long. Sabu passed away? Didn't know about that. Oh, when did that happen? Man, these baseball Zens are really good with what they're doing. Really, really good. Today, I haven't seen much social media yet today. Baseballs and anybody brand new in here for the first time ever on our channel that we have not spoke to, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in. Grandma Grover, hello, welcome in. Cubs getting ready to come and hit here. Suzuki due up momentarily.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning at Citi Field in New York. Mets 1, Cubs nothing, and we're pleased to be joined by Carlos Mendoza, the Mets manager, from the dugout. Mandy, what did you like?
Travis Van Bali. Hello, Travis. Welcome into the channel. Hopefully you're having a good time here today. Hit that subscribe and hang around with us. Appreciate you being here. Cody Jenkins says, hey, it's my first time. Cody Jenkins, welcome in. Same deal. Hope you're having a good time. Hit that sub and come back anytime. I'll be doing a lot more of Cubs and Mets games throughout the season for sure. Suzuki hitting 248 right now, 9 home runs.
What has he meant to your club? A lot. And I'm going to go back to last year when we first got him. He was a huge
ball upstairs. Let's go Cubs from Texas. Jared Michael. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the channel. Nice to meet you. Same as always. Hit that sub and come back anytime, my friend. Swing and a miss down low 1 and 2.
And then understanding the strength of our guys and the awareness of situations, not giving in when he doesn't have to, attacking when he has to attack. For the most
Canning up top, 1-2 pitch coming in.
To shut down the running game. And on top of that,
fly ball foul. Popped it straight up, straight back.
He was really good at bats, especially with runners in scoring position. When you look at his numbers, he's been clutch for us. He's a really good player.
Andy, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for having me, guys. Carlos Mendoza joining us from the Mets dugout. You know,
1-2 coming in.
Suzuki
ball upstairs, 2 and 2.
Mendoza and Torres go back a long way.
If you're a member of the channel today, don't forget we have all the special member emojis up there you can take advantage of. Got to be a member to do it. Membership can be gifted or it is very reasonable in cost. Nice play by Canning. Flips it over to first. 1 away. Thank you, Jared. Yeah, I'm going to be loading up some NFL pages, NFL streams, starting on Wednesday the 14th is the schedule announced. I'll probably load up between Wednesday and Sunday. I'll probably load up about 75 games. Get them up on the screen.
You got to give him a little leeway. But I remember that he was in A-ball, and the Padres selected him and put him in the big league.
Swing and a miss by Bush. Bush is 0 for 1 today. Our sub count's going down a little bit. We had a video go viral this morning for a little bit. And YouTube's going back through and cleaning up all the bots. Bots ain't worth anything. They don't watch any content. I want them gone anyway. I want to know the actual number of people watching my channel. One out here in the inning.
Because when they picked him up last year, they did not have a need for a catcher.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 0 and 2.
But they decided to upgrade the position anyway.
I don't believe the NFL has announced any of the games early yet. I was looking to see if they were going to announce the international games. Let me see. Let me check again this morning. I checked yesterday. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, which is good. And it's only going to help Francisco, his longevity and the fatigue factor that you
pitch. That's a ball.
It will allow you to probably be more productive at the.
Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it.
Renz has been around the block.
NFL Network announcing anything yet? Nope. I see division champs.
Being a young catcher.
Michael Busch already with 4 hits in this series, including a home run.
Can't believe they're not announcing any of the international stuff early. I thought for sure they would.
2 base runners, an infield single by Swanson, and then a following walk to Justin Turner. The first 2 batters in the third, but Canning was able to worm out of that jam.
Ground ball over to first. Alonso's got it. He'll touch a bag. 2 outs. 2 outs. Wednesday, May 14th is the schedule release.
Catch it too when it goes to his glove. But I like when first basemen take it.
They should give out some of those international games early.
It can go wrong.
They know them all already.
His improvement as a first base, he's a great scooper. The best scooper over the last 5 years in the big leagues. But once in a while, his tosses get a little air under him.
Yep. And I think it's mostly when it gets caught in between.
2 outs. Here comes Kelly.
There's Carson Kelly, who struck out his first time.
Swing and a miss out front. That's a strike.
So Canning going to his curve.
Yes, that is the way you can get it. You can click that for the emojis and hit it up.
These guys have too many pitches and too many things to worry about.
Ball down low.
And they throw too hard.
1-1.
What we had to worry about was how much they got off the plate back.
Man, YouTube's doing a big cleanup. They cleaned up 10 subscribers off of there.
Guys got 6 pitches.
That's the life.
Went to the way you call
That'll happen.
Catcher didn't have enough fingers.
Fly ball to right. Soto's right there. That's an out. That'll end the inning. We're heading to the 5th. Middle of the 4th. Alonso, Vientos, and Nimmo coming up. Middle of the 4th. Alonso, Vientos, and Nimmo coming up.
A Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. From our U.S. factory. Get a low $2.99 per month lease on road, or get 0% APR for 60 months on Pathfinder.
Flow like a mountain stream and flow. That was a good song. I actually like that song.
With low prices store-wide, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
Doug is here. Hello, Doug. Welcome in. Waiting on the bottom of the 4th to kick in here. Alonso, Vientos, and Nimmo up this inning.
Welcome back here to Citi Field, joined now by Cubs manager Craig Counsell. What has stood out to you about Boyd so far?
Yeah, he's just doing his thing. I think it's get ahead and counts, change up, slider, but get ahead and counts is the big thing.
Dansby Swanson with the lone hit for you guys here today. When he gets hot like he is right now, what stands out to you about him?
Well, he can really carry an offense, and then when you get somebody hitting...
Alonso, first pitch, that's a ball at 69 miles an hour.
That's a big deal for an offense and takes pressure off other guys.
Thank you, Craig. Gary?
Thanks, Taylor, and thanks to Craig.
Foul ball.
Alonso struck out his first time up on a 4 strikeouts for Matthew Boyd through the first 3 innings. Remember the old commercial with the most interesting man in the world.
Oh, yes.
Matthew Boyd has a chance to be among the most interesting men in baseball.
Okay, can you?
Well, it all goes back several hundred years.
Ball down low.
That curveball is on the outside corner. He strikes out Alonso. His fifth strikeout. MLB Sunday leadoff on the Roku channel is sponsored in part by Dove Whole Body Dio. 72-hour order control plus skincare everywhere. Brought to you in part by Ace, the helpful place. So Matthew Boyd is a distant relative of Dolly Madison, First Lady, wife of our fourth president, James Madison. He's also a relative of Bob Fennell, great fireballer for Cleveland. World War II.
Ground ball over to short. Up clean over to first. 2 away in the inning. 2 away in the inning.
Matthew Boyd's wife, Ashley, and he started a home for girls in Uganda to rescue them from poverty and exploitation. He's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's been a very good pitcher. He's been a coach already.
Here comes Nimmo up to the plate. I wanted to go check something. I can't remember what I wanted to go check. I'm drawing a blank.
Matthew Boyd, when he was growing up, had a poster in his room.
Had something. I was just thinking, let me go check that. Now I can't remember what it was.
By both, correct? Yes. Wow, I would like to have that picture.
He's retired the first two here in the fourth. Brandon Nimmo has struck out his first time up.
Nimmo, first pitch, that's a ball.
Starting to see him use his curveball a little bit more the second time through the lineup. And first time, all year he has been dominating. Second time, just so-so. Third time, not very good.
Ball down low, 2-0.
It's important for him to get through this lineup. And it looks like he's one of those pitchers that calls his own game because he's pushing the buttons out there.
It's the only way to go. When you think about it, as long as
Swing and a miss, that's a strike, 2-1.
If you're a pitcher, you have the last say anyway, and you only have a small time frame in which to shake these days because of the pitch clock.
Woo! Fastball, 92, strike 2.
You know, his fastball, the deception that I see with it is he's kind of like a three-quarter arm guy. And as a hitter, you
2 outs here in the inning.
More than it actually does. And that's why you see him getting a lot of pop-ups.
Nimmo fights it off to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit.
Brandon Nimmo's got an opposite field single. The Mets' third hit against Matthew Boyd.
He had one of those the other day. It was almost like a check swing that he shot through the left side. He does it again today. He doesn't quite get extended, doesn't finish the swing, but
How you doing, Slim Jim? Good to see you.
Against right-handers has become much more of an all-or-nothing hitter, which is something he was not earlier in his career. Much more of a high on-base percentage guy.
Well, I think it keeps him from probably...
First pitch comes in. That's a ball to Marte. Marte was hit by a pitch his first at-bat.
Well, we mentioned the Mets and their proclivity for getting hits with 2 strikes. All 3 of their hits in this game have come with 2 strikes. Marte was hit on the foot by a pitch.
Marte, ground ball, base hit to left.
So back-to-back 2-out hits.
Back-to-back 2-out hits here.
Yeah, he got a little smart. He said, I'm not waiting for that back foot slider to get hit again. I'm going to make sure that when I get this fastball out front, catch it out front, the fly ball pitcher, I'm going to get on top of it.
He was all over that right there. All over it.
Left center in the second inning. He gets one of the year along the left.
First pitch swinging high to left field, down the left field line, into the corner, caught. Suzuki with a nice play. That's going to end the inning.
2 hits and 2 left for the Mets in the fourth.
Still 1-0 Mets going to the 5th. Going to the 5th. We will be right back.
Hey everyone, this is Tina from T. Marie's Plays on YouTube. On my channel, you'll find a variety of things from Disney to Harry Potter, crafting, and more. I do live streams every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I love when people pop into the chat because I built my channel on community and I love making friends. So if you want to come hang out and have fun, come to my place. It's also yours. See you there.
Hi there, my name is Allie from Cinder Allie Loves Disney. On my channel, I share Disney pins, items from my collection. I do unboxings, movie reviews, Disney park vlogs, and more. We have so much fun. Be sure and stop by and say hi. Let me know you heard about me from the Pete McDevitt Show. And as always, make it a Disney day.
All right, coming back in here. Rocking and rolling. Horner, Swanson, Turner due up. Horner, Swanson, and Turner. All right, Michael, thank you for being in today.
Welcome back to our Mother's Day matchup. It's the Cubs and Mets here on the Roku channel. Lots of moms, lots of kids. Can't start it too young. Somehow it was a good idea.
I'm watching on whatever the Mets network is. I don't know. I pay for everything, Slim Jim. I never know what channel it is. I just click it on. It all says MLB to me.
Probably takes me back to my childhood. My father always taking us up there.
1-0 pitch coming into Horner.
Were you strictly a Wrigley Field guy as a kid, or did you venture south?
I did go to St. Louis.
Oh, catches the top of the zone, 1-1. That looked a little bit out of there. Yeah, I never know what channel it's on. I just type in the name and it goes and finds it. You know?
I yelled at him for another couple innings. He threw me another one.
Ball down low, 2-1.
But you never went to Comiskey Park as a kid.
No, I don't think my father would have allowed that.
Well, I mean, if it's good enough for the Pope.
Ground ball tapped in front of the plate. Catcher pounces on it. Throws to first. That's an out.
That's the first out of the fifth. I mean, the Cubs did briefly try to claim Colt Leo as one of their own. They put it up on the marquee and everything. But then the video emerged of the Pope at the 2005 World Series dressed up in White Sox gear.
It's amazing how many times that video can get someone. Let's go to the tape. And they went to the tape, and there was a big White Sox fan.
Taylor, you up more on the Pope?
Well, it was funny, the jokes that came out of that, especially from Craig Counsell, who is sneaky funny, by the way. He had a couple things to say.
One out here in the inning.
Notre Dame. So he was thinking, okay, if the Pope is originally from Chicago, if you're Catholic and you grew up in Chicago, usually your dream school is Notre Dame. So does that mean that Notre Dame potentially kept the future Pope out of school? He ended up going to Villanova, so a little bit of a jab at Villanova there from the manager. The other thing he mentioned was, how about we just forget about baseball? Let's concentrate on the NBA. Maybe help the Bulls get Cooper Flag.
I like his thinking there.
2 balls, no strike to Swanson.
Well, there's only one team in town.
Well,
so I would think you would be a Bears fan.
You never know, you get some stray Packers fans.
Kelsey Elizabeth, hello, welcome in.
Villanova is the Catholic school.
Ball outside, 3-0.
Score one for the Big East.
Maybe he liked the basketball program better.
Well, my good friend Kevin Willard is coaching there now. He'll take all the help he can get. Check swing.
Check swing, grounded over to second. Flip to first. That's an out. 2 away. 3-0. And he check swings out. That stinks.
The last 2 outs, how frustrating. Nico Horner hits one straight down and it rolls out to catch it. To me, that was the most frustrating out. And then you get a 3-0 pitch and you're looking for a fastball, probably middle in, and it ran too far in. He tries to check a swing and makes contact. You know, I know for Dansby, contact is important, but not that kind of contact.
Got a lot of swing and miss in this game, but I think he would have preferred swing and
A
miss.
swing and a miss, or at least a foul ball.
2 outs here in the inning.
You ever think about that sometimes you can hit too many fair balls?
Curveball in there to Turner for a strike right there. Top of the zone. I don't think he liked that too much.
He has a fairly high chase rate, but he makes a lot of contact, so it probably leads to a lot of weak contact. Where if he was to swing and miss something, he might be able to put something.
Right-hander kicks and deals. Ground ball tapped to third. Up clean over to first. That's high, but he still gets it. Holds on. Halfway home, bottom of the 5th coming up. Acuna to lead it off. 8-9-1 coming up in the inning. 8-9-1. 8-9-1. How do you sleep all night long? All night. All night long.
Queen price and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. With new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorite s'mores, the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu.
Proposal.
Teal. Try the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu because nothing says summer like baseball and Blizzard treats. With low prices store-wide.
Let's try to check some numbers here real quick. All right, got it set. Acuna, Taylor, and Lindor coming up. That guy carrying a rabbit at that game. What the heck?
Both starters living large. Griffin Canning and Matthew Boyd, each with 5 strikeouts already.
Both of them struck out the side in the first. The strikeouts did not come so regular now, but both of them with 5, pitching very well. What they've done all year, only 1 run given up today.
All right, here we go. Left-hander's ready. First pitch swinging, popped up down the first base side into foul territory. Out of play. Acuna 0 for 1 today.
Second and third time through. The numbers are pretty stark. First time through the order, they're getting 182.
Welcome, Mr. Fulton.
Second time through, 305. Third time through, when he's had the opportunity, 353.
And I think what's probably so disturbing is from the second time to the third time, what the OPS jumps up from 684 to 1156. There's a lot of damage. It's not just base hits, it's a lot of damage.
Line drive, base hit. Just out of the reach of the shortstop Swanson for the hit.
He's got himself a base hit to start the bottom of the 5th.
those hitters that are able to do that, where they're able to slow.
There was no meeting yesterday, Mr. Fulton. There was a training tutorial, but there was no meeting, and nobody was required to be there. So nobody, you don't have to apologize or anything.
First to third, first to home, is something that
If somebody wants to get better at being a moderator, then you can show. If you don't want to, you don't show up. It's that simple, my friend.
And he pops up the first pitch.
I don't want anybody on the channel thinking we're having secret meetings or anything like that. Oh, just out of the reach of the first baseman.
Boy, he was really close to catching that. You could see that.
One strike.
Just kind of stay out of the way. You don't ever want to impede someone trying to catch you, but you want to be able to catch them if they fall over the rail. And he's trying, boy.
Now tell me truly, when you were playing, well, at the beginning of your career, they didn't even have railings.
No.
But if an opposing player came over to your dugout and was going to fall in, would you catch him?
No. We just let him fall.
That's what I figured.
I'm just being honest.
Foul ball, 0-2.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, I was always worried that I was going to get hit in the head when I was over there. So let me just get out of the way.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, guys now can duck behind the railing and the netting. Couldn't do that back when I wasn't there.
Oh, just missed outside, 1-2.
Will Little, the home plate umpire, I loved what he did there. He looked right. And I always think they do that when it's like outside to his right, to let the opposing manager or people that want to yell at him where it was.
This one popped up.
Popped up in the infield. First baseman over. He'll make the play.
That's the first out. So Tiller
1 out.
And now Boyd begins his perilous third time around the batting line. I mean, is it different for different pitchers? The reason why they pay third time through penalty?
Well, yeah, I believe a lot of times guys' stuff will drop off. But the other thing is hitters become familiar with what a guy's fastball's doing. Like his pitch is his fastball, where he gets so many hitters out. And
ball down low.
Understand. So I think that's why mixing more, as we've seen him use and incorporate his curveball the second and third time through. You don't want to throw all your pitches the first time through. He threw all 4 pitches in the first 3 hits, is what he did. So he's worried about just getting through the lineup twice, opposed to maybe saving something for a little bit later.
I mean, in this case,
swing and a miss, 1-1.
He faced once 9 years ago, and there's nobody on the roster who was in that game.
1 out here in the inning. Runner on first.
These guys haven't seen Boyd before. No, at least haven't had many at bats against him. So, is it a matter of picking up release point for a guy who hides the ball so well?
And understanding what his 94 is. Does it play up? Does it play down? Does it, do I have to think about hitting the top of the baseball opposed to the bottom of the baseball?
Popped up down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, great. Oh, my. Bush dropped it. Tried to go for an over-the-shoulder catch in foul territory and went off his glove.
Yeah, fighting the sun, fighting the wind, the ball pushing, as you said, left to right, it's going to wind. It gets away from him. We've seen him make an excellent double play the last inning, but this is a play that he's capable of making, but it's a really tough play.
He would locate the ball on a pop-up like that.
Yeah, and to me, on every pop-up, no matter where it is, you almost want to get your back to the 408 in dead center, because that's where the ball always drifts, and that's what's so difficult. But he missed it towards the first base line.
Craig Counsell and the umpire are going at it.
Somebody was giving the umpire grief from the dugout. I don't know if it was Craig or somebody else.
A lot of times you can figure out where the beef is. This is a tough one.
The only thing I can think of is, did they think that the Mets first base coach, Antoine Richardson, got in Bush's way? Go after that ball.
Pickoff move. They picked him off at first.
We're talking about that pickoff move for Matthew Boyd, and he gets to look rookie Luis Angel Acuna for the second out. That's his third pickoff of the year, the 19th of his career.
Yeah, he took one step towards second base, and that was just enough to get him. And you talk about he's quick to home to see the one little step. And that's an empty feeling going back to the bench. I mean, you just want to put that helmet over your head and try to hide as much as possible.
Curveball, strike three, and the Cubs get out of that inning quick. Wow. We're going to the top of the sixth. Top of the sixth.
Hi, everyone. This is Jeff from Diz Our Dream. I just wanted to give you a quick programming update. We go live from the parks Thursday evenings at 5 p.m. Eastern with a show we call Dreaming with Our Pals. We usually have some friends with us, and it's usually a lot of fun. We also go live Saturday and Sunday morning from either a park or a resort, where we will show you around and have some fun and just giggle a little bit. So come join in and have some fun.
Hi there, my name is Allie from Cinder Allie Loves Disney. On my channel, I share Disney pins, items from my collection. I do unboxings, movie reviews, Disney park vlogs, and more. We have so much fun. Be sure and stop by and say hi. Let me know you heard about me from the Pete McDevitt Show. And as always, make it a Disney day.
All right, top of the sixth coming up here. Still getting some of that baseball zen.
Well, Matthew Boyd's pickoff move claims another victim, but is it legal?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, that looks like a balk to me, but I am a guy that has never understood the balk rule. Ever. And I wish someone could write it so I could understand it. Well, you're trying to deceive the runner. What else are you trying to do?
John Birdie leads off the sixth inning.
Curveball, that's a strike right there to Birdie, leading off the inning.
There are 13 different ways to balk, from A through M. And one of them is that you have to step directly toward the base if you're on the rough.
Well, his foot was kind of pointed towards the base.
Well, we'll go back to that imaginary line. He was...
No balls, 2 strikes.
I would say so.
Right-hander steps back up, toes the rubber, ready to go.
John Birdie flied out to right his first time up.
Fly ball, right center field. He's got to float under it, make the play. 1 away here in the 6th.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear.
Beautiful day at the ballpark here in New York today.
That was a sign that Craig Counsell put on when he went to talk to the umpire. Maybe that was putting on a sign. Different way to put it on.
What's up, Devin Lane? How you doing? I don't know about that. They're doing pretty good in their division. Welcome in.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's not in the rule book, though.
PCA up there today. Mouse Talk, Walter, hello. Walter, our partner channel on his Disney content for Mouse Talk and his baseball content for the Birdland Network. Armstrong rips it down the line. It's got a chance. See you later into the upper deck. That ball was absolutely stroked. How about that?
This ball is crushed.
It is long gone. Are you kidding me?
There's a drive. Way
Cubbies tie the game up at 1.
In the zone is really good. And he gets a fastball that's too much to the plate, middle end, above the belt, and he hits his 10th home run this year, 28 RBIs.
The 10 home runs matches his total from a year ago. Well, he played 120.
376 feet away. Ball upstairs.
Well, he's one of those young players that came up and had to struggle before he made changes. Because as a manager or as a coach, it's really hard to tell a young player, you're going to have to change when you're in the minor league, even though you're having a ton of success. You got to let them go up and see if it works for them. And then once you realize it doesn't work for them, that's when you get them. And supposedly, Justin Turner has had a big effect on PCA, talking to him every day.
2-0 pitch coming into Tucker. Grounds it foul, 2-1.
Because Justin Turner learned from Marlon Byrd. And now Turner's passing it down to Pete Armstrong. Taylor?
And Turner loves to talk hitting. And remember, Pete Armstrong is from the LA area. He was growing up when Turner was in his heyday with the Dodgers. So he always told me he struck him because of the pine tar that was always on the back of his jersey. And then he also had a really big leg kick, which, Girardi, you mentioned earlier in the show that Pete came up with a big leg kick. So that was what really drew him to Turner. And then being teammates, these guys are almost inseparable. It's like when you see one, you see the other. And PCA always picking the mind of Turner.
We next expect him to throw the
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, Star Wars 99, welcome in.
Never say never. You saw the blue hair in spring training.
Grounded foul. Ooh, off the catcher's foot. That'll hurt. That'll leave a mark.
bad spot.
Yeah, the bad part about being a catcher, it's great that you're always involved, but sometimes you don't want to be involved.
It looked like a glancing blow, but it can't possibly feel good.
They're checking on him right now.
Often time is the only thing that heals. It's Brian Baca, the assistant athletic trainer with Torrens, who really has not moved since that.
Catcher is still down. Wow. He is laying down face first in the dirt.
Very hard to catch your breath.
Marky Do, hello. Where'd it get him? I thought it got him in the foot. Show it again. Where'd it get him?
Tonight catchers wear protection, but sometimes there's just not enough protection.
That's for sure. There are those spots that it finds. Sometimes you get it on the inside of the thigh. It really hurts. Sometimes when you block a ball, you get it on the side of your wrist and it hits the bones on your wrist. That used to get me where I would yell at the pitcher. I wouldn't yell at very often because I felt like you almost had to be their best friend. But that one that they bounced to hit off the wrist,
I just wonder how you guys ever hit. Well, after the abuse you take out there for 9 innings.
I think one of the things that has helped catchers is
I got the backup catcher getting his gear on.
believe that has see Francisco getting ready, and that's really smart because it could happen here fairly quickly. But you just don't have the same fatigue level that you have when you're catching what we would call normal. I think it's normal to catch on one knee.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah. And part of the reason they can do that is pitcher's control is so good that for most balls that you have to block, they're within your body anyway. You don't have to push far to the right or to the left. One of the things that I always hated too as a catcher was coming in the middle of the game. Because as much as you pay attention, You don't have to feel. Right. You don't have to feel what the pitcher has done to certain hitters and what the hitters. It's just that was one of the things that was hard for me when people was.
This catcher's still working through it.
Pitch selection, and obviously I'm partial, but it's a feel back there, and a feeling. Can the pitcher execute a pitch? That's a good sign. Get up, one man.
Getting up, trying to shake it off right now.
He is to this team, so this is one guy that we'll see him catch the rest of this game.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Nope, he's coming out.
I mean, he wants to tough it out, you know. It's hard for him to walk right now. So Francisco Alvarez intended to replace Perez.
Looks like Alvarez will come in to catch. They'll give him a couple throws to get loose.
Fortunately, Francisco Alvarez is available for this game after he got hit on the left hand by a pitch last night, the same left hand in which he had the broken hamate bone, which kept him out for the first month of the season. Fortunately, once you break the hamate bone and they remove it, you can't break it again.
Wait. I broke it. The bone sat right back down on where it broke. They casted me. Did not take it out.
Really?
I broke it the next May. Again, and they took it out.
The hook?
I sure did, and it didn't displace. So they left it. Wow. And I was like, oh my goodness. I took a swing that I don't know, it was like maybe early April or early May the next year. And they sent me to get like a CAT scan or MRI didn't show up. The X-ray didn't show up. They did a bone scan and it was hot. They said your bone is broken.
Are you the only person
I think so
who gets to break their hamate bone twice?
Yeah, and I was not happy about it because it really hurt the second. It hurt the first time and the second time.
Should have gotten a second opinion the first time.
And the weird thing is when you break that bone, your last two fingers, your ring finger and your pinky, you can't really. There's no strength in them, so you're trying to catch without those. It was tough. I finished the game the first time I did it. I only had one inning to go.
2-2 to Kyle Tucker.
2-2 to Tucker. He fouls it off again.
To a couple of warm-up tosses to Alvarez to get both Alvarez ready and get Canning refocused after a fairly long delay. Canning starting his third time around the order. First batter, Crow Armstrong, hit the home run to tie the game. And now Tucker, who struck out.
Left-handed hitter Tucker up there, 2-2. Ball down low, 3-2.
3-2.
What you have to worry about Tucker is his pull in the air is about 31% of the time, and the normal player is just below 17. He's great at getting the ball in the air. If you have a ground ball pitcher, something's got to give.
Ground ball ripped over to first, flipped to the pitcher covering. That's an out. 2 outs here in the inning.
He's not a sinker ball pitcher. He'll mix one in every once in a while. But because he's got that slider that breaks down so well, his ground ball rate is far higher than it's ever been before.
You know, we talk so much about deception. His slider is
no, it's not.
Because you perceive that it's going to break a certain amount, and it breaks about 3.5 inches more, or 6.5 more inches than the average. So you end up hitting the top of it or swinging and missing.
Curveball up top. Suzuki up there, 0 for 2 today.
Nice reaching play to get it. Canning had retired 10 in a row before the Crow Armstrong home run. Griffin trying to get through 6 innings, which is as far as he's gone in the game this year. And fouled off the foot of Suzuki.
And there you see that hard slider. See Terren's going probably in the tunnel. Was going to go in and be evaluated by the training staff and maybe the doctor.
It's nice to see him walking.
Yeah,
normally.
But you see how Suzuki was over the top of that ball. He could, you want to get underneath it, but it's hard because it has so much break.
Curveball catches the corner, 1-2.
Yeah, front door high breaking ball is the hitter. You're saying, no way this is going to be a strike. It ends up a strike.
Canning did not have a ground out the first 2 innings. 7 of his last 10 outs have come on the ground.
Ground ball over to third, up clean, over to first. That'll end the inning. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Looks like Soto's going to start it off. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup coming up. Soto, Alonso, Vientos here in the bottom of the sixth. Tied game at 1. Tied game at 1. I got to send Preston over to the over to the store.
That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Not over to the store, over to the post office, because apparently there's a couple things there.
They see the whole field. They give advice.
That's important to me.
And support. At New York Life, we know the power of having someone by your side.
Got to get the stuff for the post office. Yeah, a lot of people are putting stuff out about Sabu passing away. Watching that, looking at that right now. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Where's Doug at today? Doug, where are you at? I know you're in here. Some of the stuff out here is crazy today. Doug, I wanted to let you know that I started jogging today. Wanted to let you know about that. Started jogging today. I really didn't want to, but the ice cream truck would not slow down. Just kept going, so I had to take up jogging just to catch up to it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Here comes Soto. First pitch to him is a strike. Boyd's still in there. Fouls that one off. That's a strike.
One of the things that we can a lot of times fret over when a guy gets off to a slow start. You look at Soto and his
0-2.
Top 5% base.
Ball inside.
Right? His hard hit rate's like 57%.
There's a lot of people putting stuff up about Sabu passing away. I didn't see that, Marky do.
But that's what he does. Yeah. He's a high ground ball guy. Yeah.
Swing and a foul. That's another strike.
And that's why the hard hit rate is higher with the guys that hit a lot of ground balls. That's
A lot of people putting stuff up. Casey, what's up? Well, that's true. Strike 3. Take a seat over there. Soto goes down swinging. Fans don't like it. They're giving him a little bit of grief.
Wind up. Swung on and missed.
Casey's Corner of the World. One of our chief production content people. And a good friend of the channel. Supporting many aspects of it. Everybody say hello to Casey.
They played high school baseball.
Ball outside, 1-1.
And they still work out together in the off season. I was asking Pete yesterday about Tucker, and he said he always had the most beautiful swing from the time I first met him. And
ball inside, John Messina. Hello, welcome in. Oh, that was great during Eddie Murphy Raw. Plymouth Rock. The Rock is right.
Made a name for himself, which is why he was ultimately drafted 5th overall. But the craziest part, Gary, and this is the sport of baseball, is the 2 years.
I have to find Mike Wheeler later. I bet you he can find me a thing.
They didn't even make it out of districts the years they were on the same team. But I guess that maybe gives a little bit of Anaheim, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani not making the playoffs. It's crazy how sometimes that happens.
Big swing and a miss by Alonso. He goes down.
Strike three. Sit down over there, son.
2 more. Check bid it in.
Young hard throwers in the state of Florida. My son was on a high school team that won the state tournament. Christian Scott was the ace. Andrew Painter was the 4th starter.
Christian Scott,
All right, Casey.
rookie with the Mets last year, who had Tommy John surgery and will miss this season. Andrew Painter, the top pitching prospect of the Phillies.
And probably all of baseball.
Well, Matthew Boyd now with 8 strikeouts, a season high. Mark Viento's price.
That's a shot down the left field line. That's got a chance. That's a track at the wall. Good. See you later, baseball. That is it.
Back, gone.
Cause I'm TNT. I'm dynamite.
101 miles an hour. 375 feet away. Bang. 2-1. I don't know, Walt. You think they'll do that? It'll be interesting. Got to start doing something to turn that team around.
Mark, who's been much better since the first 14 games, puts the Mets up 2-1.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to the left-handed hitting Nimmo. 2 outs here in the inning.
The back and forth with Beatty and Vientos. Last year,
Ball down low, 1-1.
Got a nice run early in the season. Vientos started the year in the minor leagues. Got a brief call-up in April. Got sent back down again. Came up in May. Started hitting. Never stopped. And had a tremendous rookie season with 27 home runs. And he had a great postseason as well. Beatty became an afterthought. This year,
Yep, you're right.
comes up, has a great run. Hit home runs in each of his last 3 home games. Vientos sits on the bench for a couple of days, and all of a sudden you're wondering, are things going to turn again?
1-2. Ball in the dirt. 2-2.
And then last night, the Cubs won 6-5. Beatty had 2 homers and 5 RBIs for the Mets.
Pulled a slider for 1 home run and went the other way with a fastball for the other.
And that got you excited when he went the other way with that heater.
I mean,
Run the other way.
he's had trouble sometimes with quality fastballs, but
2-2, 2 outs. Oh, he drilled him right in the arm.
The second batter that Boyd has hit in this game, the first one was a back foot to Marte. This one right in the ribs to Nimmo. The Mets over the last 5 years have been
Pitching coach coming out for the Mets now, or for the Cubs.
They lead the league again this year. It's the 24th batter that's been hit this season.
And you wonder why that is. It's the same teams.
If anybody's new today, hit that subscribe, join the family. We'd love you to be a part of what we do over here. Walter Mouse Talk does a great job with his baseball network. You can check that out.
And it was quite upsetting. It was scary.
So this will be an easy month. Yeah, well, not happening yet. We're almost halfway through. Last night was very frustrating. Even the Laureano home run wasn't that exciting to me.
Nobody is throwing as yet to the Cubs bullpen.
Looks like Jose Rosada, the bullpen coach, is waiting for that phone to ring though. Opened it up. He had been in such control for most.
Sterling Marte up here now.
Sterling Marte has been on board twice, hit by pitch, and they singled to left his last time.
Ball upstairs. Want to know? He is at 87 pitches, 88 now, so it's not like not getting up there near the pitch depth for him that he could be maximizing out. 1-0 pitch from Boyd. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Yeah, wasn't anything, you know.
You could do that. And you look at the Mets, you've seen they have taken advantage from time to time. They lead the league in percentage being successful. They've been very successful.
I actually turned the game off after Laureano hit the home run. I was just so disgusted by the whole, ninth inning solo shot when you're down that much. After looking very overmatched, I think would be the way I would say it at the plate the whole game. 1-2 coming in with 2 away. Ball just misses outside, 2-2.
And that's what makes the Mets catchers so impressive in the staff, because they're throwing out about 50% of the runners.
Which is crazy. The Major League average about 21%, I believe. Two and two to Marte.
Fly ball, center field. Shortstop, second baseman out. He'll make the play, and that'll end the inning. We're going to the 7th. It's tough to have confidence in them to come back. Hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe yet today, hit it up. If you haven't hit the like yet, hit it up. We do over 100+ games a year, close to that 110, 112 mark the last couple years on average. We'd love to do that with you, supporting us and coming back and helping the channel. It does help us when you hit that like and you subscribe. Bush, Kelly, and Horner. Bush, Kelly, and Horner coming up here in the 7th inning. Dun, dun, dun. Just trying to go through all this real quick. Dun, dun. Well, thank you, Walter. That's very nice of you. Just trying to make sure I've hit all these. Still can't get over Sabu. That's kind of crazy. Guy beat his body up all those years, Doesn't surprise me. Mama Melrose is gone. Goodbye, Mama Melrose. That stinks. Won't be long till we're saying goodbye to the Muppets completely. Pete, is that is a major for you to do that with the O's? No, I mean, it's just, they no confidence right now. They're not playing well. Mr. and Mrs. Thibodeau, hello. Welcome into Team Thibodeau to the channel. Dun, dun.
MLB Sunday leadoff on the Roku channel is brought to you by Corona.
Is that on my calendar for this week?
MLB. Thanks to Corona, La Playa is always just a line away. Brought to you by.
Yep, I have a Dankmeyer appointment on Wednesday.
Reed Garrett on the pitch for the Mets as we go to the 7th. Michael Busch leads off for Chicago, 2-1 New York in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Mets won Friday night 7-2. Cubs won yesterday 6-5. Garrett gets that cutter in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, pitched in 17 games.
First pitch comes in, ball to Bush. Second one followed by a strike. Reed Garrett is now into pitch for the Mets. Reed Garrett, right-hander. Ball down low, 2-1.
Goes to mid-inning with men on base, and for the most part, it's been enormously successful in that role. Here, give a clean inning. After Griffin Canning turned in another tremendous start. 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 92 pitches, Lowered his ERA for the season to 2.36. That'll play.
Oh, just missed outside. 3-1.
Yeah, he uses that cutter a lot just to probably.
I don't think so. I got an appointment to Wednesday at 2:00 at Dankmeyer for legs.
Maybe to keep it off the barrel of the bat.
So
The sinker and
let
split are the best.
figure it out between whatever.
Down and in with that cutter.
Okay.
3-2 Bush. Fly out, grounded out. Carson Kelly on deck and Nico Horner. 2 hits for the Cubs, an infield single by Swanson in the third. Pete Armstrong.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here. Top of 7.
Mark Vientos untied it in the bottom.
Ball 4. He walks him to start the inning. Not the way Garrett wanted to start the inning, that's for sure. Giants set of monkey nuts.
And now Carson Kelly, who hit the ball hard as last time up, he lined out to Soto in right field. 0 for 2 on the day.
You were talking about the guy.
Bruce Harper, welcome in.
When there's traffic on the bases, that guy is so important for a manager to have. The Cubs guy for a couple of years was Mark Leiter Jr. I'm not sure who they would say it is right now.
Well, the Cubs bullpen's in a state of flux right now. I mean, their closer in
I don't know who's better than who. Just look at the records, Bruce.
Probably will close again at some point. But right now he's trying to work back.
Devin Lane says there's a double play coming up.
The Giants earlier in the week.
He got off to a slow start the first couple games, and then he ran off.
2 different teams, 2 different divisions. Too hard to compare each other.
That's scary in this day and age.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Garrett to get ahead on Kelly 1 and 2. Also, it puts the Cubs bullpen in a little bit of a muddle. Porter Hodge got the save last night in the second of the year.
He did it the end of last year, so it's not something, but it pushes everybody back. And that sometimes you got to push your starters a little bit more, and it's a little more pressure on those guys. And it's not easy when some of them are young.
Ball inside. 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
The one guy, and I think you saw him last night, that's kind of stepped it up a little bit is Daniel Palencia. I mean, up to 102 miles an hour with a pretty good slider. Someone that's kind of working his way back in that pecking order.
And we've seen Julian Merriweather have dominant stretches in his career as well.
And he can lose the zone every once in a while. A lot of times it's versus left-handed hitters. Pretty dominant versus right-handed hitters.
2-2. Ball 3. 3 and 2. Full count.
18th appearance of the year. First time that he's walked the first batter he's faced. And now he's 3 and 2 on his second hitter. With Nico Horner to follow. Tying run at first. Nobody out. 3 and 2. Not running. And a
Ground ball up the middle. They're not going to get the runner at second, only at first. That'll work as an advancement sacrifice, basically, but goes down as a ground out 4-3.
To go into second, realized he didn't have the play, and then made the adjustment.
Yeah, he doesn't have the play because how's he going to flick it to Lindor because he gets behind the runner, and he slid head first. Hadn't he known he was going to slide head first, he might have taken a chance. But if he slides feet first, you might hit him in the back of the head because his head is much higher.
So the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. And now
Horner, line drive down the line. That's going to get the run in. That's into the left field corner. 2-2 game, and we got a lead run at second with a RBI double. Yeah, it's a good reason to like baseball, Bruce. 2-2, and the lead run now at second base.
He's able to push balls inside the other way. He's able to pull the breaking balls. Doesn't necessarily hit the ball extremely hard, but he finds a way to put the ball in play. That's exactly what he does here. Hits it off the end of the bat a little bit. It looked like a cutter that was high out over the plate. And hits a double, and now they're in business, and now you got to pay attention so he doesn't steal third base.
Warner came into the day hitting .400 with runners in scoring position, so he adds to that. It's one of the areas where the Cubs have been much better than the Mets this season. Here's Swanson.
Swanson fouls it off his foot. Swanson TV dinner.
288 with runners in scoring position. The Mets 225. That's a big chunk. Why the Cubs score near their run per game more than the Mets.
Yeah, if you look at it, the Mets are like 27th in all of baseball in batting average, but it's in like slug. They're in the middle of the pack, like 15th, and that's why they're able to score as many runs as they are, because they hit those 2 and 3 run home runs. But again, that's something you expect to go up. This is a much better hitting team than that 225, I believe.
Swanson.
Fly ball center field. Caught. That's an out. 2 outs.
Swanson hit him hard. But now they're 2 away. Warner's still at second.
You're talking about the Cubs hitting with runners in scoring position. Justin Turner came in today hitting 161. He's hit 545. It's the only time he gets a hit. It's awesome.
He's scoring position. 6 for 11 with runners in scoring position. 3 for 46 when they're not.
He knows how to hit.
Swinging Turner fouls that off for a strike.
I think one of the things he does as a hitter, too, with runners in scoring position is he becomes a little bit more aggressive. And he doesn't just take the first pitch. He's a very patient hitter, but he gets a little bit more aggressive.
Well, Brad Keller up in the bullpen. He was the opener for the Cubs.
Welcome in, Andrew. Ball down low, 1-1.
1-1 to Turner. How many times you think in Major League history before the opener did a guy start a game one day and come out of the bullpen the next day?
It's making me laugh because Andy Pettitte started a game in Baltimore and didn't get out of the second inning. He didn't get it out in the second inning. He threw like 50-something pitches.
Fouls that one off, 1-2.
We came back and won the game like 11-10. So we used a lot of relievers. The next night, it's a 15-inning game against the Orioles. Andy pitched the last 3 innings and got the win. We've run out of pitching.
There's no manager in baseball who would do that today. They'd have a position.
That's correct.
1-2 come to Turner.
Ball upstairs, 2-2 to Turner.
We played 10 hours of baseball in 2 days.
Well, that used to be the norm when you guys played the Red Sox.
Yeah.
The 9-inning game.
Unfortunately.
Warner at second with 2 down.
2-2 pitch. Fouls it off, a little bit behind it.
John Birdie, the number 9 hitter, would be next. Reed Garrett got hurt by a leadoff walk. Nico Horner cashed that in with a game-tying double. Go ahead, run at second with 2.
Go ahead, run at second for Turner, 2 away. Fly ball, center field. That's going to be caught. That'll end the inning. We're going to the middle of the 7th, tied at 2. All right, bottom of the 7th coming in here.
This Mother's Day, join Major League Baseball and our partners in the fight against breast cancer. Visit MLBtogether.com/Mother's Day to learn more. It has been a spectacular Mother's Day. Weather-wise in New York, 75 degrees, sunny skies.
All right. Ugh.
And a great game. Lazy Mary, 7th inning stretch tradition in New York. Anybody knows what the translation of the lyrics are? Go right ahead.
Oh, nice. Yes. Chattanooga.
I don't remember the choreographed dance. Is that something new?
Well, that's the Queen's Crew.
That's very nice. Alvarez coming up bottom of the 7th. Brad Keller coming into pitch now. Brad Keller.
Really, really good. He had one game, third of an inning, he gave up 4 earned runs, but he is on a little streak now. His last 7 appearances, 8 1/3 innings, 0 runs. Big time fastball, really good stuff.
Keller was a starter earlier in his career with Kansas City, but he has settled into a bullpen role. Francisco Alvarez up for the first time.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, Alvarez came in after Luis Torrens got hit by a foul ball. Started the first 2 games of the series, went 1 for 7.
Fouls that straight back. 0-2.
Got that slider he'll use a lot. He'll use that 4-seamer that will get up to 98 miles an hour. Has the ability to pitch up in his zone. Not a lot of damage on his 4-seamer in this.
What is that?
It's been a good find for the Cubs because he's a multiple inning guy that could pitch late games. And a lot of times,
Scoreboard was ridiculous looking.
Most games in a row. The Mets have a tendency to do that. Play a lot of 1-run games.
Ball upstairs, 1-2.
Yesterday, struck out Lindor, got Soto on a fairly deep fly ball, and then struck out Alonso before giving way to Cade Horton, who made his big league debut as the bullpen reliever and pitched 4 innings for the win. We saw Acuna on deck, and then
Acuna on deck.
And
Alvarez ground ball base hit in the left field.
So Alvarez first at bat of the game, another 2-strike hit for New York, and the lead man aboard with nobody out.
He was patient. He didn't chase the slider. The fastball up above the zone is giving him a hard time, but he gets on top of this one. He's able to shoot it through the hole. So last night he was susceptible to that 100 up the zone because he's got that slight uppercut. But that one, he was able to stay level through the zone.
Now Acuna, who had a base hit his last time up before getting picked off, he pushes a
Bunt over to first, but a foul ball. Would have been a good bunt.
Whether that was Acuna doing that on his own.
Today's day and age, you don't know because there aren't that many sacrifices. And people always ask, why don't you sacrifice in the right away? Well, because you got a better chance of scoring without sacrifice. The other thing is, it's hard to bunt someone throwing 97, 98 miles an hour.
Well, also, you've got a hitter at the plate. It would be awfully hard to double up.
Fouls off that, 0-2.
Yeah, and I just think that with the stuff that pitchers have today, it's become really tough to be a good bunter. I think you're almost better off bunting for a base hit.
Some guys are more comfortable doing that anyway. Acuna takes the slider in the dirt. It's 1-2. Luis brothers should be back before too terribly long with the Braves, who have started to play very well without him. Trying to play catch-up after the Mets and Phillies got off to such a fast start. And there's a double play.
Double play ball. 6, 4, 3. Got him. Turns a double play.
It won't be the first time. It'll be like every day for the last 37 years.
And he talked about the Mets and Phillies getting off to such hot starts. It didn't help that the Braves started, 0-8?
Yeah.
They got off to a really slow start.
Taylor with 2 out.
Taylor takes a ball upstairs with 2 outs.
In both his at-bats against the left-hander.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Taylor's taken over as the everyday center fielder in the absence of Jose Siri, with whom he was sharing the job earlier in the year. Siri
ball upstairs, 2-1.
Suffered a fractured tibia. He's progressing far faster than the Mets thought he would. Might be back in a few weeks. Ryan Stanek getting ready to pitch the 8th inning for New York. And Taylor.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2.
Like one of the Braziban sinkers from the Mets.
Ball. Oh, catches a quarter. Strike 3. That'll sit him down. Wow. We're heading to the 8th inning, tied at 2. That didn't look like it had the corner, but bam, all of a sudden. Going to the 8th. Going to the 8th. Birdie, Crow, Armstrong, and Tucker for the Cubs in the 8th. I just realized that is just a hair off this whole time. Nobody noticed. There we go. That's got to be a lot better. See if that brings it clear. There we go. Hope all the moms are having a happy and enjoyable Mother's Day. That we hoped. We hope for everybody. Thank you. Yeah, it was off on the one corner. Part of the statistics were not showing. I was like, oh.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. 8th inning, Mets 2, Cubs 2. Ryan Stanek.
All right, 2-all game. Here we go. And Stanek is in the game for the Mets now.
Good fastball, slider, split. Really good for him this year. Up to 99 miles an hour.
And a terrific postseason for the Mets last year.
Ball. 100 miles an hour on that one.
In his Mets tenure, he was coming off some back problems, but he got it.
That was a seed.
Very strong. Got a few bobbles of late.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Diaz was not available, and Stanek was unable to hold him.
lefties have had a lot more success offense than right-handers.
Which doesn't make sense with his split.
No. Seems to walk left-handers a lot more, too.
Ball upstairs at 100, 2-2.
I apologize. It said 99.
Well,
no, 100's 100.
It's a range, 90, 98 to 101.
Fouled it off. 2-2 remains. Birdie, PCA, and Tucker this inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 at 100 miles an hour.
The best part of baseball, how about kicking back, ordering a Corona, and relaxing with fellow fans? La Playa is just a lime away with the official cerveza of MLB. Get yours.
One out here in the inning. That was 100 miles an hour worth of cheese and gas. Right there at the eyelids. PCA rips one, but foul.
Armstrong's home run into the second deck in right field was his 10th of the year, matching his total from a year ago.
This is where command becomes really important because you just want to stay off the plate, above the zone, or below it. Not
fouls that one off.
With a hang the splitter there, it's 0-2. Pete Armstrong.
You like cheese?
20 career home runs. He already has 3 multiple home run games.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 at 100 again. 2 outs. Stanek's just pounding gas.
99, like the last 2 strikeouts, they probably wouldn't have been strikeouts. They would have been foul balls. That's why that 100's important. I have to change my note in my phone. Look at the run on it, too. Gets underneath it.
There's a certain intimidation to the triple digit.
Yes, there is.
Cal Tucker has been held in check so far today. A strikeout, 2 groundouts. He takes that fastball above the zone for ball 1.
Ball upstairs, 1-0. Tucker today, 0 for 3.
I'd be really careful with Kyle Tucker here. I know you don't want to intentionally put him on, but I would give him nothing to hit.
Fly ball and a curveball, center field. It's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Top of the order coming up in the 8th. Francisco Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. If the Mets were ever going to do anything, that would be the time right there. We'll be right back here momentarily. Bottom of the 8th coming back in here. Mets with a big chance to get something going here with the top of their order coming up. Do, 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 do.
Let's go, yo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Francisco Lindor finished second to Shohei Ohtani in the National.
All right, here comes Lindor, left-hander up there.
Largely in part for his late season, late game heroics.
First pitch coming in. That is a ball at 95 miles an hour. Hodge is your pitcher now in for the Cubs. Ball 2-0.
So it's early or late, and he's hit some big ones late.
Porter Hodge got the save for the Cubs last night. He walked the leadoff hitter. Then he got Lindor to hit a comebacker into a double play. Gives a slider.
Strike right there, 2-1.
Hodge is 24 years old, second year with the Cubs. Saved 9 games for them last year.
Ball 3-1. Lindor, good base stealer, could get on that bag and take a bag.
You look at the Mets' top 3 hitters. They're really good. Probably only going to get better as Soto leads up. He's had too many walks. 10 in the 17 innings.
That's gone. Lindor just lost it. Holy hell. He knew it when he hit it. The bat flipped, and that was gone. There's the giant apple. Lindor's number 9th, 391 feet away at 103 miles an hour. He just stank on that ball, smelled something awful going out. Wow.
And he does it so many different ways, but he's done it with big home runs this year. There's one right there. Porter Hodge.
That's a huge home run.
Double play on a slider? Not today.
More late game magic from the Mets' unofficial captain.
Man, he got up into that. Soto, fly ball, left field, out. One away.
The last 2 nights, Suzuki, for a guy who's really never played left field in the big leagues, is pretty good out there.
Yeah, because the slice is different what a left-hander does in left field compared to right field, and he's played right field most of his career. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's
Todd Brady, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
along the sidewalk.
Pete Alonso coming up, 1 out. Strike right there.
Strike. Pete's been up 3 times, struck out all 3. Let's get their closer.
Ball inside, 1-1. Mets get their closer up now.
Lindor having given them the lead in the bottom of the 8th. In the 9th, the Cubs allowed Suzuki, Bush, and Kelly, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. And
Alonso rips it to left. That ball's going to get down. Suzuki cuts it off. Alonso headed for second. No play over there. He gets it there easily with a double. 15th double of the year for Alonso. That's a lead league. Wow, didn't realize Pete Alonso was leading the league.
Spitting on balls that are close, finding a pitch that you can handle. And that's why you see so many extra base hits by Pete Alonso. This is one of the tougher ones because it doesn't get to the wall. And Pete's got to run pretty hard.
Ground ball up the middle. Base hit's going to get through. PCA bobbles the ball. Alonso will score easily. Mets have a 4-2 lead, giving them insurance here in the 8th. Hodge having a lot of trouble with them right now.
Again, he struggled his first 14 games. Most of his damage has been since then. And then another RBI for him. An RBI to make it 2-2. Now this one 4-2. I tell you what, that's a quick turnaround for a late inning guy. A game last night, a late, and then to come back.
Here comes the Cubs manager out to talk to him now. I don't know if he's going to switch him up or what. Counsell is going to the bullpen. He's going to go get a reliever here. Hodge choking on it. Wow. G. Hollowell coming in. Hollowell coming in to replace him. They're going to be back here in a moment. Wow. That was something. Let's go.
This town ain't big, this town ain't small. It's a little of both, they say. Outball club may be minor league, but at least it's AAA. We sit below the Marlboro Man, above the right field wall. We do the wave all by ourselves. Hey, a blind man could have made that call. We like our beer flat as can be. We like our dogs with mustard and relish. We got a great pitcher, what's his name? Well, we can't even spell it. We don't worry about the pennant much. We just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats. Called it a win. Go off to toast the boys again.
All right, here we go. One out here in the inning. That's your cousin? Well, I'm sorry, he had a rough outing there. Lindor hitting a blast, and 2 hits after that. All of a sudden, it's a 2-run lead. You never, if that's family members, you never root for them to do bad. That's for sure. 1 out here in the 8th. Pinch runner over at first, too. Hollowell in, the big right-hander.
Yeah, very effective. He only threw the 19 pitches in the 2-inning stint, or excuse me, not 2-inning stint.
Demo's been on base twice. A single and a hit by pitch.
Swing and a miss. That's a strike. 1 for 2 today.
Hollowell pitching close to his hometown. Grew up in New Jersey, Montgomery High School. First player ever from Montgomery High School in Skillman, New Jersey, to make it to the major league.
What is Skillman close to? Any idea?
I don't know, but Dave Fried, our statistician, is very good with Google Maps, so he's going to tell me in just a second. Jeff McNeil out on deck to bat for starting Marte in the DH spot. That's the lead third baseman in the ninth. Could be Beatty, started there last night. They could play McNeil at second and move Acuna to third, but if McNeil...
Neil, what's up? Welcome in.
If they did that.
Yeah, I think it's got Beatty written all over it.
1-2 to Nimmo.
Nimmo drives one to deep right. Off the wall, gone! 2-run blast for Nimmo. The Mets have gone up 6-2 here in the 8th. That was a shot. 381 feet away. 101 miles an hour on it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All of a sudden, the Mets are going big fly and changing this game around.
So far, the Mets bullpen has outpitched the Cubs in 2 more big insurance runs for the Mets. And another hanging breaking ball. They go a long ways, those hanging breaking balls.
Always feels good to hit a home run after you got drilled in the ribs your last time.
Yeah, and it's always tough, I think, for sidearmers to face left-handers because they see the ball so well. It's impossible to hide to a left-handed hitter. Right-handed hitters struggle with sidearm guys if you're right-handed.
Jeff McNeil.
What's up, Tim? How you doing, buddy? Looks like Diaz is going to sit back down now. They're going to get another pitcher up. Nunez looks like. Popped up behind shortstop. Swanson making the call. There's 2 outs in the inning.
I would think at 4 runs, Diaz comes in. If it's any more than 4 runs, maybe Carlos Mendoza goes to Nunez instead.
Yeah, I would agree with that theory. That's one of the rules, but I have never 3-batter minimum.
2 outs here.
In the 9th inning, with the 4-run lead, after 3 batters, there could be a 1-run game. Your closer's not in the game. There should be some rule that they can adjust, because I think it makes you use your closer more than you want to, who's usually a star, which in some games you don't have it, where they pitch too much.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Alvarez.
Most managers these days, as long as their closer is rested and available, go to them with a 4-run lead. Whereas it used to be that managers managed more to the save rule and only brought them in with a lead of 3 or less.
Alvarez base hit to right. Wow.
Alvarez, who did not start this game, is 2 for 2 since coming on for the injured Thuren.
Nothing like coming in the middle and getting a couple knocks.
It's always the guy that's expect to play.
Yeah, he's relaxed. He's not worried about everything.
Now Acuna will be the 8th man up in the inning. He's 1 for 3 and a base hit in the 5th. Rounded into a double play his last time up at the 7th. And gets him off the fists.
First and off the fist, foul ball.
By my ace Google Maps.
8th hitter in the lineup, Acuna, 1 for 3 today.
Skillman, New Jersey is near Princeton.
Ball outside, 1-1.
My buddy Al Friedman, our high home cameraman, drives all that way from Princeton every day. He's here all the time.
Yeah, I know, Debbie. I'm working on some stuff for tonight in the background. There's an out. That'll end the inning. We're going to the 9th. Mr. Sanudo. We'll be talking to him later tonight at 6 o'clock. Hello, sir. Good to see you, sir. We'll be talking with Mr. Sanudo. 6 o'clock tonight. I'm looking forward to that. On the Triple C show. 2 great guests 2 weeks in a row. Mr. Sanudo and Mr. Caruso back to back. You can't beat that. That's magic in itself right there. Top of the 9th coming up. Cubs going to start off 3-4-5 in their lineup with Suzuki. They got some serious work to make up here. God, more baseball zen. Plenty of baseball zen. Thank you, Debbie, for dropping that link. Baseball zen. 2 drink minimum. Yeah. 2 drink minimum. Come on, MLB. Bring the game back. Let's go.
The unmistakable sound of Edwin Diaz.
Diaz making his way in.
With the strains of Narco by Blaster Jackson, Timmy Trumpet.
This gets me excited. I love this song. I used to hate it when I was managing the Phillies hearing this song because I knew he was coming in and the Mets were winning. But it was like, man, it's great to see.
By the way, the opposite.
All right, Diaz now in there. First pitch to Suzuki was called a ball, and he got ticked off at the umpire for calling it a ball, and he turned around and put his back to the umpire, wouldn't take the throw from the catcher. Holy hell. Hello, Monorail Molly. Welcome in. Wow. Swing and a miss, 1-1. I've never even done that as a pitcher. And I've done some wild stuff. That's unreal.
You know, it has that little bit of run to it. Hitters get under it a lot.
Strike, 1-2.
Brett Beatty's taking over the third base after Vientos left for a pinch runner. 1-2 coming.
Ground ball over to third. Throws to first and got him. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there listening. Moms, stepmoms, mother figures in people's lives. Happy Mother's Day. Michael Bush coming up. Here's Bush. 0 for 2. This Bush has been trimmed today down. Doesn't have a hit yet. Ground ball over to third. That ain't going to get him a hit. 2 outs. That was a quick 2 outs. Want to say thank you to the moderators today for helping us. Want to say thank you to the members of the channel for keeping this channel going and alive and thriving as it is. On our way to 27,000 followers. 2 outs in the inning. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Kelly 0 for 3.
They face Paul Skeen. No easy test.
Ground ball, foul, 0-2, down to their last strike. Mets fans coming to their feet.
Knowing that they probably only need 1 day off instead of 2.
It's the 4th time this year Diaz has worked back-to-back days. 0-2.
Ball inside, now 1-2.
In the first 3 second-day outings, no runs, 1 hit. We had a stretch about a week and a half, 7 days without pitching.
There were questions, was it his hip? Right?
3 was 5.
1-2, ball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, exactly.
Diaz trying to finish him off.
Sometimes the closer is the hardest guy to manage in the bullpen because you don't want to give him too much rest, but you don't want to use him in days where you don't need him.
Ground ball tapped over to first. Alonso's got it. Flips to the pitcher. That'll do it. The Mets win it at home on Mother's Day with a big barrage of home runs right there in the 8th inning going deep and Dr. Longball. That's going to end it. We'll see you tonight at 6 o'clock for the interview with Jay Sanudo. We'll be back here at 10:45 for late night Disney action. And, of course, on the Deuce at 8 o'clock with basketball. We will see you then. Thank you all for watching. Truly grateful for your support. Good night, everyone.